Now we need to make sure that we have all our updated objects in our Docker container. By using the build and update function, we make sure that we have a running environment and that the running environment is in sync with our Git repository. The import process will compare all the objects in the Git repository to all the objects in the container, and it will only import what needs to be changed. So everything has now been updated in our Docker container. And after we have imported everything, we need to make sure that we also have a version of the new syntax that includes our app. So we must export the objects from the container with the new syntax to our Git repository. We can now see that we have some changes in the new syntax folder, similar changes that we had to the other object folder. We also want to commit these changes to Git. So in this branch, in our 2018 repository, the GL source name branch, we have both objects and new syntax objects. That includes our solution. In the master branch, we have the base objects. So we can use a built-in function to compare these two and create a new syntax delta. It will switch over to the master branch and copy the new syntax objects from there to the workspace. It will switch back again and copy the new syntax objects from the source names, GL source names repository to the workspace. In the workspace, those two files will be compared and deltas will be created. And those deltas will then be copied back into the repository. Now we have new syntax deltas in our repository. And these are the deltas that we can use to convert to AL. Let's commit those deltas to Git as well. Now we can go for the function to convert the new syntax deltas to AL. The part that we didn't go through here is to tidy up your solution before converting to AL. If you're using .NET objects, or if you're using something that doesn't fit the extension 2.0 module, you might want to clean that up before exporting from your classical environment, before doing the comparison. But in here we are cheating a little bit and taking the fast course. We can see that I have been using some .NET objects, and the conversion copies them to an add-in object. We can see that a folder called AL was created. That AL folder is missing all the information about the AL app, and it's missing information about the server. That we can create with the launch JSON file based on the current branch. Now we have the VS Code folder and the app.json ready to go. Now let's reopen Visual Studio Code in the AL folder. We see that we have a brand new version of the AL language, and it's offering us to download the app information from our brand new container. From here we can now start to clean up our solution and make sure that it executes properly in the new Dynamics 365 environment.